Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, America. It's not death to America after they killed the leader. The Americans and the Israelis did it. It's not death to Israel and death to America. It's thank you. It's a new day dawning, but very early days. Very, very early days. So we'll have to see what comes. But it's the Iranian people that have been telling me over and over and over again, we want this.
Not death to America, a very different tune being chanted from the streets of Iran, where people are celebrating the fall of the Ayatollah and thanking President Trump. Iranians around the world joyously doing the Trump dance, showing their appreciation to the president. And Iranian Americans on the streets of American cities proudly waving the American flag along with the flags of Iran and Israel side by side. Joel, I have a lot of Iranian friends. One of the women I know, her name is Mercedes, like my name. And she basically was attacked and shot in the eye by one of these thugs in Iran. And she was, obviously protesting and got caught in this situation. She survived, now lives in America. But these are countless stories of, especially the Iranian women standing up for freedom, fighting, basically saying, listen to us, we're being attacked, we're being tortured, we're being killed by these evil thugs. I mean, why can't many of these Democrats understand that? What are they missing?
Yeah, Mercedes, I'm glad you bring that up. The Iranian people have been suffering for almost 5 decades, and it actually has been accelerating the pain and suffering inside of Iran to the point where in January we saw thousands of Iranians slaughtered by the regime when they came out to protest. I think that was the trigger for President Trump. So for the Democratic reaction, I think the challenge is this, is that there's a concern about human rights, certainly, but not a clear idea on how to deal with it. And so we're seeing now how to deal with it. And I think it's something that should be applauded. I think the president's going to be challenged if people come out to the street about, will we engage and shoot down? Will we be the Air Force of the Iranian people? But I do think that the Iranian people, it goes without saying, time and again, they've had democratic opportunities over the last 15 years. And whenever they vote, the election gets stolen, they come out, they get massacred time and again. And we cannot lose sight of that.
Gianna, what do you think the president has to do to really sell this message to the American people and saying, look, we're doing the right thing. It's not just for, freeing the Iranian people, but also from a national security standpoint, that this is a priority for America?
Efficacy is the #1 thing, right? We were told, Trump's going to start World War III before Operation Midnight Hammer. Obviously, that didn't happen. Trump's going to start World War IV before Maduro. Obviously, that didn't happen. So now
we are on World War XII by now.
Yes. So you prevent World War XII. You wrap things up quickly. The War Powers Act does limit the president's unilateral power for 60 days. The people want to see this wrapped up in weeks, not months, right? But also reminding Americans of what was at stake and also working with those Arab neighbors, right? Yeah. You have Saudi Arabia, UAE, 2 countries that want to kill each other, much less, Saudi that still does not recognize Israel officially. We're all working together to defeat what everyone recognizes is the unstable actor in the region. So I would say selling it like that, but also President Trump's already pointed it out. The Iranian economy is waiting to be unlocked, right? I think it's 1 million Iranian rial is less than $1 US right now. So you have this place that is, the world's gas station, historically home to so much industry, so much art, an incredibly educated population that's been locked out of the global economy. Right. You get American investment in there, and you have a foothold in the region, and it's great for everyone.
And it's similar to
Mercy, also make no mistake that if Kamala Harris had won or if Joe Biden had stumbled back into the White House, none of this would have happened.
Oh, my goodness,
The regime that was gunning down tens of thousands of people marching in the streets would be empowered. They would be emboldened.
I will say,
and Kamala Harris already said this is bad.
Assad fell on Biden's watch, and Hezbollah was decimated on Biden's watch.
But Assad had nothing to do with America doing any of this.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.